I want to spend one more minute on Michael Cohen, who's probably the most gleeful man in America today. Here's what he tried to tell Rachel Maddow in SOT 21 about himself.
The strategic necessity of you staying cool and having that same affect and everything, how hard was it?
Not hard at all. It's the media that wants to portray me as this sort of bombastic character. It's really not my nature.
We've all heard bombast from you.
But you've heard it from my Mea Culpa podcast or Political Beatdown podcast. It's a persona for it. Now, I can't go with intelligence, so I have to go with bombastic, right?
It's a persona. I mean, literally every reporter in news, left, center, and right, has a terrible story about Michael Cohen, berating them, swearing at them, threatening them. And since he raises the Mea Culpa podcast, which now he says is all acting, it's just a persona. Here's a bit from it in SOT 22.
So I want to thank the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and their fearless leader, Alvin Bragg. He is about to get a taste of what I went through, and I promise you, it's not fun. Picturing Donald Trump being led through the booking process, getting fingerprinted, having his mugshot taken, fills me with delight and sadness all at the same time. Sadness, I say, because what an embarrassment it is to the office of the presidency to have a former president of the United States handcuffed and mugshotted before the entire world.
That is the only man who was able to say that Donald Trump explicitly agreed to this so-called scheme, this scheme which was totally legal, by the way. But that's the only man, Mike, and the jury seemed to say, yeah, you know what? We like him. We believe him.
Well, does that surprise you, Megyn, when you have a jury pool that voted 87% for Joe Biden and then this corrupt judge and partisan prosecutor Alvin Bragg and Biden operative Matthew Colangelo further rigged the jury selection process where they bounced the three people in Manhattan who followed Trump on Truth, but they didn't bounce people who followed Biden on social media? Remember with Michael Cohen, he is a disbarred attorney. He's a serial perjurer. He's a convicted felon. He admitted during this trial he embezzled $60,000 from President Trump, and this goofball was raising money on TikTok during the trial, trashing Trump. So I don't think that Rachel Maddow, giving him kisses, the first guy she's kissed in her entire life, should be doing this after this guy's raising money on TikTok, trashing Trump.
Here's my question for you, Dave. When is Michael Cohen getting arrested again? He admitted to grand larceny on the stand. And by the way, I didn't realize this, but so he stole that 60 grand, right? That 30,000, whatever he was reimbursed around this Redfinch payment. But he stole 420,000 divided by 2, 210,000. We're all lawyers, so I know you guys are doing the math with me. He stole 210,000 because Trump reimbursed him double these payments that he thought Michael Cohen had made, and so that he could pay taxes on them and be made whole. But what I heard in the closings was he did not file his tax returns. He did not have taxes taken out of the 420. I believe, based on what I heard, he's got 420,000 sitting in a pot right now. So anyway, my point is, when is he getting arrested, Dave? He admitted to a massive felony under oath on the stand.
Yeah, you're referring to the Redfinch, where he did some work to help Trump in a poll, and then he pocketed the money. And that was a confession to a crime, but there has to be a statute of limitations here, and I think that's what bars the prosecution of him.
Was it done by unlawful means that include violating the Federal Election Act or tax law? Because I know a way around that time bar problem.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, man, because my friends Phil and Mike have been bringing up that jury instruction. Just to make it clear, they did have to find, beyond a reasonable doubt, unanimously that the defendant violated falsification of business records, and it led to a second crime. And they made clear, the state did, that it was that New York conspiracy to influence an election crime. That had to be unanimous. The part that was not unanimous were the two words, we discussed this last time, unlawful means. What were the unlawful means? And the judge allowed the jury to have different unlawful means. And how about this? I agree with you. I think that is grist for an appeal, because when you allow the jury to say, all right, we're going to lean on federal campaign finance laws. I don't know if you can do that in a state prosecution, or lean on tax laws. Is it a tax violation when the state is made whole? Although what you're telling me now is that if Michael Cohen never paid the taxes, maybe there is a tax violation, but it wouldn't be Trump's tax violation because he did pay him for the taxes.
Oh, I got a
Yeah,
problem.
I mean, that's the problem. Go ahead, Phil.
Look, the grand jury never charged Donald Trump with anything related to those 3 statutes that the judge finally determined were the ones that they could choose from. They have to find probable cause to believe that he committed a crime, and that means each and every element of the crime. It's not how the prosecutor or how the judge interprets the indictment. Oh, I'm sure the grand jury must have meant this crime, that crime, or the other crime. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have a grand jury indictment. They're supposed to say specifically what you as the defendant did wrong so that they can specifically put you on notice what you specifically need to defend at trial. It's called due process. It's called the Fifth Amendment. It's called the Sixth Amendment, right to fair trial.
As we draw near another critical election, it's not just about casting your vote. It's about elevating your voice. I want to tell you about the Association of Mature American Citizens, or AMAC. It's more than just a senior discount organization. They unite like-minded patriots committed to preserving our cherished values and actively opposing the leftist agenda. As AMAC's membership grows, Washington listens. Every new member strengthens this movement. If you love America, check out amac.us/Megyn and consider becoming a 4-year member for just $30. AMAC membership gives you access to the AMAC magazine, free Social Security and Medicare guidance, money-saving discounts, trusted news, sweepstakes, and more. Take advantage of their election year sale, 4 years for just $30. By joining the over 2 million members, get your voice heard. Join now at amac.us/Megyn. That's amac.us/MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.